It's Miss D here. How are you? I'm in the craft corner, and what's going on is I'm continuing to work on the junk journal that I was creating for my daughter Stacey. In the last video, I talked about Stacey passing away and how I'm using art journaling, the junk journal, as my therapeutic process for getting through this beginning part of grief and loss. And I wanted to share making the journal and, um, kind of be a inspiration for other people to use art journaling as a way of getting through their grief and loss. It could be something that could help. So since you last saw me, I have been working in the journal a little bit, and I've changed a few things. I did change the cover. I've changed. There was a coffee filter flower I had on the front, and recently I went to the dollar store, and the um, Christmas section they had some um, things that I thought were really pretty, and this flower petal went perfectly with the cover that I was using, so I just decided to use it over top of the flower I had already made and embellished it a little bit with a gem. Um, so I've changed that and added a couple little things. I bejeweled a little bit the tassel that's hanging off the journal. Just took some uh, beads and stones that I had and kind of made a little hanging person. Hopefully you can see that to hang off the tassel. And so I've just been playing around with the journal, doing things. It's been a great way to kind of write down the thoughts of what's been going through my mind as I'm getting used to or trying to get used to life without Stacey. And so today I thought I'd just pop on and just um, journal a little bit, embellish a few things for journaling. Um, just playing with some of the things I have made that looks like it may fit. I had been collaging a bit on this, what I'm going to make into a journal spot. Use some paper towel, um, some junk mail wrappers, a candy wrapper, um, collaged a little bit. And just going to see if that's going to fit in this tuck spot. Looks like it might be just a bit big. I kind of want it to go here because of the colors that I ended up using, and I thought it would be good on this page. This page I created a little belly band, which just popped up as I was trying to squeeze that in, which may be a good thing. I might can um, tack it back down and make it fit. I think I can just hot glue that back down. This journal has just been playing with any junk mail, any um, arts, craft stash that I have laying around, and just really playing, making pockets for the thoughts that I've been having. Create a little ephemera for it and then write a little bit. As I said, that's been very therapeutic. So how are you, dear hearts? How are you getting along? I know this craft journaling may not be for everybody on the channel, but for those of us that are having things that we're going through, I thought it might be good to just share me doing the journal and playing with it. I've actually found out that I love this new craft for me, the art journaling. And so I'm just incorporating it into what I do to get through this loss. I'm going to trim this down with a little decorative edge scissor. It's just some paper towel that I decoupaged over a piece of junk mail. And created a pocket for a journaling spot. Out of the frame. Playing with the camera too, as I been changing the desk and wanted to see if I could record this way. So this is kind of a test. So this is going to be real short little test video. And then I'm going to play with seeing how it would be to record on my phone. So again, this may be another video that doesn't really go up. Just me recording what I'm doing. I've already wrote the journal entry for this one. This was just the first couple days after I found Stacey. It's talking about my emotion of uh, finding her and dealing with the loss. Let's see. I have some nice leaves I got from the dollar store the other day that I could add on there. Fall is one of my favorite times of year, so I'll add those, a couple of those, maybe, and call that complete. Got this package from the dollar store with these pretty fall colored leaves. I'm not so impressed with the shape of the leaves at the bottom, but I'm going to use them. I'm just going to hot glue those right on there loosely. Just a dot or so, just to make them stay. I'm using the muted side of the colors. Looks pretty good. Um, and I think that's about what I'm going to do to that for now. Leave it like that, and in the future, if I want to add something to the tuck spot, I can. The other thing I noticed is that this journal is already getting pretty full. I was thinking I might have to make a bigger journal to hold my thoughts. I think that's pretty cute. And then I'm just going to tuck it into this belly band. Came out pretty cute. Then the page opposite it looks pretty blank, as one I had already started. I already have my journal entry in. Wrote a little something, and Stacey loves stuffed animals, so chose that monkey and journaled on it and created this little flip. Then I have a little tuck spot here that I was thinking I could add a little something. What I think I'm gonna do though is create some paper with my gel print so that I can have some homemade paper that I use in the tuck spot. Pick up the little extra that came off. It's looking pretty full. I think I'll fussy cut this old car and use this image down there just to fill that blank spot. The image I got off of a Trader Joe bag, and I've been, oh sorry, off camera, enjoying it, and it just kind of makes me think of all the emotion of going back and doing a lot of remembering of Stacey, and sometimes just want to run away. So here's the old car to run away slow in, I guess. Just really taking images that I kind of enjoy and using them. Not worrying about everything having any real meaning. Just keeping my hands and my mind busy is the therapeutic part. Sometimes I find that I only can craft for a few minutes at a time, uh, as I'm still dealing with a lot of emotion, and so I'll just do one page or something where I'm just fussy cutting, which doesn't take a lot of mind usage, but helps to be a little creative. like that image. And I think I'll just run a little ink around the edges. Using this green as a little shadow on the edges. Yeah, the angle I have this camera on, I keep going out of view. So I have to rethink that. Because I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that there, I'm just going to tack it down. Yeah, I'm going to look at that, see how I like it. The video quality. Okay. That rounds that page out. That's what I'm doing in the corner today. Just going through, looking at some of the pages I've already done and adding a bit more if necessary. Feel like those leaves might be a bit much. Add maybe a little ink to the tree. Actually like that. It was a masking tape project that I did where I just took some masking tape and glued it to the page, making the image of the tree and the grass. In this background, I think I've mentioned, it reminds me of a print on a pair of pants that Stacey wore all the time, that she loved. Trying to get into this can. It doesn't seem to want to open for me. There we go. Brush on a little bit of color on the tree. Using a little shoe polish. It's like a stain. Has a little color, not too much. Like that. Has a little of a wash stain look. It brings the tree out just a bit more. Like that. Trim the edge of that a little bit. Nice. And I've already wrote something in this envelope page right here. And just add a little of that stain color to for background. The page isn't so white. I like the effect the shoe polish have. I do smell the polish itself, but I like that lightness of color, the aging look it kind of gives. call that an experiment. I see little oiliness kind of come up, darkened that area, but nowhere else on the page. I wonder why is it's doing exactly that, but I do like the effect. This is a page I'm calling a love letter to Stacey. I may end up tacking that down there and write the letter. I like it there. So really quickly have touched up the journal, and I'm just gonna stop here and test the video, see what it actually looks like.